What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are preparing ourselves for the Lyon Spotlight. We're trying out some standard decks, and it is old but gold, I suppose. Dimir mid-range making a comeback? Yes, kinda-ish. I was looking at some data recently about, I believe it was the time frame of after the World Championship to the end of the month, where we got some data, and Dimir midrange actually had 55% overall win rate, which was the highest of all decks. And I mean, with the data, small samples, not the biggest tournaments. I think it was mostly Magic Online stuff. So, take it with a grain of salt as always. Don't take it as the gospel. But still, it is noteworthy. So my impression about Dimir, and also why we at the World Championship were really down on it, was that it was not good against the Badgermole Cup decks. It's not good against Lano Elf, and then the green decks with Badgermole just spurting out onto the board. The Otters deck, for example, very good against Dimir. Also, the black-green deck that the other half of my team played, also very good against Dimir. So, yeah, and in the end, Dimir didn't turn up at all. The Izzet decks, I would say, historically speaking, Izzet, with like Torture Tower being so good against Enduring Curiosity, is kind of good against Dimir. Like, Izzet looting is specifically the ability to play creatures to the board, to pressure the Kaito, and then have Riddler in the end to sort of go over the top of the Dimir strategy in a way. Is it looting also favorable in this matchup theoretically? But maybe that's a little bit too many assumptions, and maybe those assumptions have to be checked. In the data set that I saw, looting was ahead against Dimir, which makes sense. But the other Izzet deck, Izzet Lessons, the big one, is behind against Dimir. So, not all Izzet can strike a win here. And I mean, I'm just curious to try this deck. It's been a while that I really played that much with Dimir, and it is an archetype dear to my heart. I recently had some coaching clients actually, wanting to play the deck and preparing with it a little bit. So it was interesting to get back into it, and I just kind of got a little bit of an ick for that. All right, the list is pretty straightforward. We're playing the 4 Flood Pits, 4 Deep Cavern Bat. I think Bat is quite nice into like this landfall deck, which has been going up. We have 3 1-mana removal. I think they're important to not fall behind. We have then Bitter Triumph, especially against like the Lano Elf decks, of course, with Cessa in the 1-drop slot. Lean Clean, a Spell Pierce, and a Phantom Interference 1-off. 4 and 4 of Kaito Curiosity. Some play less Curiosity, which is also reasonable. I was just like, I didn't like the last slot, so I just played the 4th Curiosity and then 3 Tideburner. Trying out an Agna Quellar. Of course, I took the list from Goldfish. This is not like my own creation, but I did make some tweaks to it. For example, this was an idea I'm kind of curious to see play out. 9 basics, so this is going to be reasonably often untapped. And one of the issues with this deck is that if you don't have Kaito or Curiosity, you sometimes tend to flood out a little bit. So now you have 6 value-giving lands, which should help in that department. Sideboard is, I think that's really stock. Soulguard Lanterns, couple counter spells, a Null, of course. Day of Black Sun is sort of the sweeper of choice. There's also the other sweeper, what's it called? The name slipped my mind. Something Betrayal or something. It's X black, and you destroy everything with toughness X or less. You lose life as X as well. That one is a little cheaper to cast, right? So this one costs 4 mana to remove like Badgermole Cup and everything below. The other one only costs 3 mana to do the same. So they do have their ups and downsides. Some creatures have higher toughness, so that makes it more expensive again. Most people seem to be playing this one, so I'll just go with the mainstream on this decision now and just play the Day of Black Sun. I just wanted to mention it. Yeah, and then we have some Duress, some Strategic Betrayal, and then we have some extra threats. One Shitong seems nice against the landfall deck, and then Unagi is good against Lessons and especially looting. If you really wanted to hate on looting, it might make sense to play a second Unagi as well. All right, that's it for the deck tech. Let's jump into it. Beautiful, beautiful. Also something I realized when I'm doing the coaching, that Dimir has a really good opening hand range. It seems to me. Like, There's so many keepable hands. Good curve, 1 drops, 2 drops, 3 drops, 4 drops. Good sort of range of threats. High amount of lands. Yeah, this is the experience that is certainly, yeah, not a fun one. Even if I kill a card, they still have 6 mana. So I think my bet is here to go with the bat. Best bet, to just hope that they are not high on threats. Which they kind of aren't, but they do have 2 more spells. Can copy the bat. Oh no, they just drew something. I'm at the mercy of... 9 mana on turn 3, no big deal. Very fair. They copied an elf. Now they play Ouroboros drawn off the top. Copying elves seems very weird. Oh, they have Crater of Behemoth hardcast? Probably. No, Nature's Rhythm for 5, so they're gonna get Riddler. That was the draw step that I didn't want to see. Like, even if I kill the Riddler now, they have a Nature's Rhythm in the graveyard, which is gonna kill me. And they do have Detect Intrusion as well. This is kind of insane, actually. You beat me. Okay. What do we do? Spell Pierce? Maybe not. Scatter, yeah. Stab and Day of Black Sun. 4 cards to cut. Phantom Interference seems definitely bad on the draw, I would say. Just, it's easy with all their mana to play around it. For it to be dead. Banshee Tongue is good against Nature's Rhythm, but that's all the search they have, I believe. I mean, it is something. Could play it instead of like a Curiosity or something. I don't know. I feel like not really winning the games where they resolve Nature's Rhythm. Could play Strategic Betrayal to get rid of the Nature's Rhythm in the graveyard. Just kind of... so I have to make a few cuts. When you're boarding in Day of Black Sun, it is kind of tempting to get rid of some creatures. Kaito is sometimes just too slow for a matchup like this, but then on the other hand, I also want it. I feel like if I like, they have Riddler and Nature's Rhythm, so they can actually grind relatively well. So I can't like just play control against them. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think this is one of the harder matchups for me. I'm not sure. Oh. But if not the hardest. I mean, this was the reasons why we didn't like Dimir for the World Championship. And this like blue-green. That's fine. It's not great. We don't have like proactive ability here, no sweeper. Hoping that my opponent doesn't have a broken draw, I guess. I do have some interaction, I suppose. I'm on the play, so. Elf turn 1, the very best start the deck has. Da 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 da. Rick. That card is so good against Dimir. I could try to kill it with Day of Black Sun, but that would mean I would have to take 4 damage at least. And if they have Detect Intrusion, it's not going to work out. Okay. It's kind of annoying that Day of Black Sun actually does kill the Curiosity. For good. Initially, when this card got spoiled and we started playing on Cockatrice for you know, to test for the World Championship, we did think that I think I'm gonna just Bitter Triumph that. We did think that it would kill Earthbended lands for good for some time, maybe a day or two. I think I do have to play that one. Could also play the Curiosity. Leave out my thing. Yeah, that's maybe better. I was thinking about stunning this for a moment. Oh, they play Winter Night Stories. Then I should certainly bring in the Strategic Betrayal. Yeah, in any case. And then we found out that Earthbend goes around it, sadly. So, like, the land loses the abilities, but the Earthbend ability is like a weird type of ability. It doesn't work exactly like you would think. I look a little bit stupid now for using my Bitter Triumph instead of the Scatter because I'm tapping myself out. So maybe I was planning badly ahead here. Like now I would rather have the Triumph than the Scatter. Could be a little bit of hindsight thinking, but could also just be a little bit of bad planning. Happy to admit. Yeah. Would have Unable to Scream or they have Into the Flood Mob. Yeah, I would definitely rather have a Bitter Triumph. Would definitely rather have that. Jesus Christ. It's a little frustrating. Very much in your face. Yeah. Card draw. Man, the Ouroboros is also just like the single worst creature you could see on your opponent's side living. There's like no worse punishment. Winter Night Stories discarding a lot of lands. Is going to be a 3/4. I mean, this game looks actually fine if I find a removal spell. If. I mean, good Curiosity here. No, I think I just have to guide though. Ba 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 ba.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
This game would have been a win. It can still turn into a win. I do have the Day of Black Sun at least. My Kaito is not gonna survive, and if this dies, they get the Winter Night back, which is bad for me. It's definitely anybody's game. They have some good top decks like Riddler and Nature's Rhythm. Mockingbird. That one at least they can sweep. 13, damn, it's a lot of damage. But they go for face. That is very good for me. I'd rather be on 6 life than have my Kaito killed. I pay 12 life to have Kaito live. Change their mind. Damn it. No? How long is this gonna take? 2 minutes of them changing. Wait, what? One me, one. Okay. I can choose. I can choose my own destiny. Oh, funny. The Kaito actually dies. Realized. Kaito actually dies to the stupid Day of Black Sun. To be fair, note taken. If I had that X equals toughness sweeper, would not be good here. Oh man, yeah, the Kaito dies as well. Fortunate. Oh, is it indestructible? It's not, right? This has X proof, yeah. It would also lose all its ability. Okay. There's not really any moves I have. I guess then I could have just... Didn't matter, I guess. I can tap this and deal them 5, 9 in total. I could surveil 2 instead of dealing them damage. Probably should deal them damage.
Sit down. Rethink your life.
Alright, Winter Night Stories against my hand.
I'm really not used to losing.
Not gonna lie, I would like to have more Doomblades in this matchup. Just also killing the Riddler. Need a lot of removal. Badger, okay. Weaver. Oh. Hello. Oh. Or should I play patient? I think I should just wipe. Could like try to deploy one of these first. Get all of them this game. 3 of them. Just took 3 of them to beat them. And now they cast a Riddler and I lose anyways. Oh my god. Roll that thing again. Oh, okay. 7-5. Maybe I should have tapped this before. Taken stories. No. Oh man. And now they can do this. Oh my god. How do I win? Okay, I guess I know how I win. I know I win if they attack with the Ouroboros, right? That's how I win. Right? I can cast 6 power into play and then attack for Restless Reef. Seems like the option I have. Come on, get in there, get in there, get in there, get in there. Attack me. Do it. Or cast Winter Night Stories and don't find a 1-drop. That's fine by me. Well... Damn, they're playing it carefully. They did everything correctly they should have done correctly. But they did this post-combat, which is weird. Okay, well... I need to draw a Doomblade, I guess. So, I don't really have good moves. I guess I'll... You... I have attacks into this Ouroboros. So I block here, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I'll just shuffle you. Play Preacher. Last turn. Stab the Mockingbird. Oh, I mean, this game's still ongoing. All retail. Discarded 6 lands into Internet Stories so far. Their list looks pretty good. Ba, 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 ba. It's a pretty good draw. And I can still draw a Doomblade to maybe get a chance in this game, but losing my curiosity is definitely not good. They have more plays. Not a Mockingbird. Cast a 1/1. Post combat is always the worst, of course. Nope. So close, yet so far away. Even free Day of Black Sun. Chance. The Internet Stories did a lot of heavy lifting. How many did they cast essentially 4 of them. Pretty good. They did have Mockingbird. Yeah. Do I have another Day of Black Sun on my deck? They let me trade here. Is that what I want? Stupid Mockingbird having flying randomly. I actually do draw a card of this Preacher, so maybe I should just jump. Okay. Oh. Bloodpit Drowner would be sick. It gives me a blocker and taps a thing. If I kill this, maybe. Attack with both. It draws me 2 extra cards and have a look with this map. I've drawn only 1 Floodpits this game. That I shuffled back into my library as well. That can tap an aura. Okay, I have to attack first. They don't have to block for what it's worth. But I could just attack for free, kill this in the air, tap a thing. Is that safer? It is safer in a way. I mean, Blood Pits, I mean, they could draw a removal spell, I guess. They could draw a Mockingbird. They have a Winternet Stories. Putting more pressure on them is nice, though. Like, I kind of want to put them to 2. I think I'm gonna just play it more risky. What a game! I probably would have had an easy time winning this game if I would have not done the Essence Scatter play. Oh, they trade with me. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'm gonna upkeep tab. I don't want them to harmonize, so I have the option to. Alright, well. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I'm winning. They need 2 blockers. Restless Reef for the W. What a sick game. Just had to draw all my Day of Black Sun. Oh my god, that's actually sickening. That's actually sickening. But I'm still in fine shape because they have to chump block my Restless Reef. But they will survive. This thing doesn't untap. Oh, actually, this is a 27. Well, they have to trade it, I guess. And go to 1. I'm gonna mill myself because I don't want to mill any Nature's Rhythm. We're gonna draw a card here. What a game. Hallelujah. Oh, that's another lethal card. I need 3 blockers. You're gonna go Riddler into land Badger Mole. Do they even have Badgers in their deck? 1, 2, 3. I have one left. Did they take out the rhythms, I guess? Like it. Drawn any in 40 cards. And has only drawn 1 Riddler so far. And actually, the Riddler has been shuffled back in. I mean, I feel like... I don't know. I feel like I got lucky or something. Maybe not. I don't know. But there you go. They were thinking, oh wow, what a game. Christ. This does feel like an uphill battle, not gonna lie. Alright, I want these betrayals. Did they take out pollinators? Yeah. Well, they kept in 1 at least, I guess. 1 weaver. Probably shaved on some of those. I would guess. Unagi almost would be good in that type of game. Oh. Okay. How about Tidebinder? Tidebinder is just weird. I feel like it's weird on the draw. Same with these higher cards, with these expensive cards, I guess, though. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna cut the type. I'm not super confident in like how many Kaitos I should keep in, especially on the draw. Like, it doesn't line up well versus their deck. Their deck goes to the, like, they play to the board and stuff. But on the other hand, I feel like I kind of need it to win because it's like my most powerful card. I needed to cheese them a little bit. And now post-board, they have all these Winter Night stories. Like, the reason why we were able to get a little bit of footing in that game was because they cast Winter Night stories, I believe, on turn 4. And that sort of used up the entire turn. And that gave me a window to cast a Kaito, and stuff like that is gonna happen. So I think it's kind of, you just have to or like cheese him on turn 3, kill like this is actually perfect outcome. Like I'm gonna stab this Weaver, and then if I draw an untapped land, maybe this Kaito can cheese them, especially if they go for Winter Night stories here. To draw the land though. Don't Zerug me. Yeah, I'm just gonna map. Kill the Weaver, I guess. Hopefully find a land here. Could also bat. It's really awkward with these sweepers. Hmm. But it's kind of good with my curiosity, and killing the Weaver at this point in the game doesn't seem that exciting to me either. Take this, huh? Unfortunate. Alright. This has reach. Mm-hmm. Maybe if I draw land, I can just go Kaito minus on the Weaver. Interesting. a very aggressive line. Oh, I'm just gonna kill their board. We're very lucky that I drew both lands there. This kind of played out really well for me. Now they go for Winter Knight, and I go Kaito, probably. Maybe I go that. Oh, not that one. Jesus Christ. When I thought I had a chance. Okay, 2 in hand. And I don't want to trim the hand size because that makes the Riddler better again. Just play Kaito. It's so annoying that Day of Black Sun and Kaito is also like I'm so far away from killing my own Kaito anyways.
The housewarming party never underestimate my skills.
The Kaito is also better against Floodmaw for what it's worth. If I play Curiosity, they can just bounce it. They Kaito, at least they give me a fish. I mean, I would say this is probably one of the worst matchups. And for being one of the worst matchup, it doesn't feel that rough, I guess.
This is not how I die.
Can I trigger Void? And kill this and then kill this with the Day of Black Sun, but that would take my entire turn. I feel like I'd rather stun this and deploy more stuff to the board. Kill it at a later point. Yeah. I think I know what I'm going to do.
I've got them pinned. Press the
I'm just going to do this. And then next turn, my hope is that I can go Day of Black Sun, sweep some of their small stuff, and then trigger Dare for the Void, kill the Riddler. And if I would play these here, that would make the Day of Black Sun weird and awkward, and having both 4-drop creatures makes the Day of Black Sun good against all the smaller stuff, at least. They have Ouroboros. A little bit annoying. Zurich is fine-ish. Especially if I draw another land, because I can just cast it for free. Oh man, hard cast another one of those. Tapped it. Oh man. Okay. Drawing a land would have been real nice. Then my turn would have been easier. I would just stay Black Sun and then Trajectory the Riddler. Attack for 8. No, I don't really have good moves. I can stun this again, I guess. But then I lose my Kaito. Day of Black Sun the rest before. I think that's all I got, to be honest. Unfortunate, but I think I have better moves. Sadly. My Kaito had 1 more loyalty. This game would have been probably in pretty good shape. Riddler is such a powerhouse against Dimir. It's also one of the reasons why the Dimir deck sort of like generally has declined over the last half year since Edge of Eternities has come out. Not drawing lands is unfortunate. Especially consider draw 4 with Riddler. Hallelujah. Be good. And a bird. Bird is the word. Okay, I need to draw runner land. It's not a land. Okay. How do I win this? Just gonna sack this bit thing. I mean, I could betrayal them and hope they sack the Riddler, and then I tap the other Riddler, and no, then I trajectory the other Riddler, and then tap the Ouroboros, right? Yeah. Then I draw an untapped land, then I cast Day of Black Sun, and then I win the game. But yeah, it's no, I'm gonna try it. I don't know how I'm gonna win this game. I need to gamble. That they sacked the tap Riddler, the stunned Riddler, which makes some sense to do. Okay. Now I kill this Riddler. I don't take. I could just play the Cecil, I guess. Okay. Then now I just need them to not have any more like action, I guess. Any action that doesn't like anything that dies to this, I'm happy to see, of course. Okay. This is gonna be a big boy. I'm gonna lose a lot of life this turn. I'm gonna go to 12. This is gonna be a 9. I'm gonna lose another 2 here, so I go to 1 from this attack next turn. Still alive! If I draw land. I did not. Take a last look at their hand. This would have killed me anyways, because 10 damage. Elstrider's Resolve. I think I saw this list today in the morning. I think I made 2nd place in the challenge online. Right. GG. I kept up a fight, but yeah, bad matchup. Opponent had a good list of a good, solid looking deck. Just one of the absolute worst matchups. And for that, I feel like we had a pretty good match here. Pretty good back and forth. Right, on to the next. Hello. What's up, guys? Welcome to round number 2. I did a little bit of a break. Because I had to go to an appointment. I'm back a couple hours later here. This hand is awkward. I don't love it. The tap land really makes it not very exciting. I'm gonna go with this. This seems better. I will just bottom this. I might just be playing against a teammate of mine here. Ginky, who top 8'd the Road Tour, the last one actually. Alright, so if I play an untapped land here, it's very obvious I have Floodpits Drowner, which is maybe fine, but it's kind of bad into Nova Hellkite, which Assume Ginky is playing the Nova Hellkite sort of mono-red deck with Splashing for Lightning Leaks and Boros Charm. It just won a challenge, I believe, or made second in the form of Max McVitie. Shout out to Max, still around. SCG grinder and just a known aggro aficionado. And yeah, I'm not actually sure if Ginky is playing the Atlanter Spotlight series. He may just be, and he may just be interested in testing this deck. In any case, that's a strong opponent, of course, here. Okay. Well, let's see what happens with my Siren here. It's probably gonna get burned. No, it's not. Giving me the option to put in the Kaito here. Which I might just take. Maybe it's crazy. Then he's just gonna kill my Kaito easily, but... yeah, I think I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna cash in my Kaito here. He can't burst lightning it. Might not. Least. I don't think I want a second Kaito. Could be fine. I think I'm gonna not take that one. Just rather have something, a removal spell, something cheap, you know. He seemed to either, like maybe he has full bore, the 3+2 trick, which also makes it pretty efficient here to kill my Kaito. Slick shot and full bore. Oh, he does have burst lightning, he just didn't want to kill the Siren, interesting. Taking 5 damage, going down to 10. Yeah. I took 2 from the multiversal, which of course doesn't help. Three in hand. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to map here. I just want to beef that one up a little bit. Keep Combat is not the greatest card ever. Really looking just for removal spells. It's a pretty strong turn. Yeah, I mean, I have to tap the Slick Shot, I think. The flying, I at least can block on the ground. I take... put on to 4 here. Yeah, not beating this draw. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna play Curiosity, I guess. Okay. Oh, without the exit of sort of cards like Gix's Command, with the exit of those cards, and Sheardred, and my list also only running 2 Preachers instead of 4. Matchup seems not great to me. Tidebinder is just not that good. Nova Hellkite also a huge addition to Mono Red. That's extremely good in this matchup. So yeah, this is probably just a very bad matchup actually for Dimir. I have mismatching Soulguide Lanterns. Huh. So I kind of want to get rid of a lot of cards here. Spell piece I could keep. They have Black Sun. I don't know. It seems questionable. They have like 8 1-drops, 8 2-drops, Nova Hellkite. I think that's the entire threat suit. Yeah. 20 threats, 20 burn spells, 20 kind of situation. Yeah, my sideboard is pretty unprepared, honestly. I really don't like the Day of Black Sun just seems too slow in a matchup like this. I would need more 1-mana removal. I would need more threats with 4 toughness that are high impact. Yeah, I guess Essence Scatter comes in, but yeah, I have so many bad cards I would love to take out. I just can't. I do Res. I could play Unagi. Oh, this all seems really bad. Yeah, the sideboard is not prepared for this matchup at all. Mono red catches on, you might want to higher the number of preachers, I guess. But yeah, that's the tricky part of playing mid-range, right? You can't address everything. I think I'm gonna just leave the Spell Pierce and take out Kaitos. Kaito just seems really bad. Could play Duress. If you just played a Betrayal, 2-mana sorcery speed kill is pretty bad against a deck with 1-drops. No graveyard. Just be... Don't love the Tidebinder. But I don't know, like the Duress can take a burn spell, but fine, it's not great though. Like all their burn spells are fairly replaceable. Sunspine links out of the sideboard might come in. Yeah, it's just like Nova Hellcat is a huge beating for Dimir, especially for this list of Dimir Deep Cavern. Like in an optimal world, I would want to take out Deep Cavern Bat, Kaito, and not have as many Tidebinders in my deck, I guess. Like back in the days where Gruul Prowers or Mono Red was a thing, right? In this matchup, Dimir usually had a sideboard plan where they were able to take out all the Kaitos, take out all the Deep Cavern Bats because they were respecting this matchup that much. But now, I mean, not really much reason to respect a deck that sees very little play. Luckily, I have the Essence Scatter, I guess, to deal with Nova Hellkite. No removal, just, yeah, I'll just feature it in. Actually, full bore still in the deck is a little surprising. Maybe he has a similar issue of not having enough good sideboard cards to play instead. Because that card seems mediocre against the black removal sort of strategy in a grindier setting. That is rather unfortunate. I could sack the map to the port. I could make a fish. I could loot. This having double strike is kind of good against fish tokens. I'll just make a fish. Sort of try to control them a little bit. I have Restless Reef as a pretty decent blocker, but the full bore with the double strike is going to be slightly annoying. Slick Shot is also annoying. That represent a lot of damage. Cecil's kind of nice against the Bastronaut. The question is what I do here. Do I play the Siren? Probably just play the Siren map onto the Siren. Double strike, actually somewhat threatening, I would say. Huh. They know about it. Oh, that good enough for me? Oh, so the Slick Shot is gonna come in. And present 6, 8, 16 damage. They unload the double strike into my open mana. And 1 card left in hand. I would have to block if I would have to block a Slick Shot. Yeah, Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I'll just keep it. I think it's better than not keeping it. And we'll full control here. He does have lethal if he has a shock. My siren. Okay, that's not a shock at least. I don't hate my spot here, to be honest. Doesn't have that much going on. Now the Bastion has double strike. I guess that is actually annoying. That means the... Play out my last card in hand. He also knows what's up. It's full information. I think I should play it out so I have the option. I also flip this into a 4/4 lifelink at some point, actually. This is going to be an interesting game. The Boros Charm can also give indestructible. Can do a lot of things here. The Restless Reef can block. Okay, that's a very passive line. A little surprised, to be honest. We could make a treasure, sack, I could loot. Looting doesn't make that much sense. I think I'll just make treasure token. Make a fish too. And I mean, I do have the advantage here with the lands. Weird cat and mouse game. We have both information about our hand. We're not using the cards though. Kind of fun. He changed his mind. Yeah, I mean, the situation didn't change, but makes sense to do that, I think. Forces me to do something. So if I double block the Bastion out, the Reef, still sack the fish, so turn off Slick Shot. Kind of has to use the full bore on the Bastion out, doesn't he? Alright, I will just block, I guess. Interesting. Good tight Bernadette. Then I would just die in the air, I guess, so I can't. Oh, but this is not enough. He will lose his Bastion out. What is he going? What is happening here? Double striking my fish. Huh. Okay, interesting. Okay. Huh. Let's see. Annoying. Did I make a fish again? I can double block again. Just gonna use full bore though at some point. I'm almost surprised that he didn't use it this turn. Oh, I'm gonna just kill my Restless Reef then. Not really gaining traction. Alright, let's just do it the other way. Let's just sack. And then I can loot as well if my drawn card is like a land. That's a good start. Well, that does get countered by the full board, to be fair. Well, I can just kill both creatures. That seems pretty good. Oh, that's actually wonderful. That could not have gone any better. Of course, doing this first, so full board does not protect against -12, -12, or -10, -10. But essentially 7 life here. If Slick Shot is drawn off the top, I just die. That's how it goes. Ember Challenger would also warrant a chump block, unfortunately, but I guess the Preacher does use up a lot of resources here. Just like maybe Ginky made a mistake there. Maybe Ginky was meant to double strike. He's going for the trade. He's trying to burn me. Interesting. Could have double strike there. Do I want to loot or do I want to attack? We just want to loot. Do I loot now? There's only one ground haste creature, just the Ember Heart, right? Yeah, I think I'll just loot now. Do I make a fish? Putting myself to 8. Oh. That to another Boros Charm. Don't love the thought of that. I think I will play the land. Like, withdrawing the Curiosity, it's just... I'm probably going to activate the Reef next turn. So... I think I'm just going to stay at 8. Play this. Up the clock. That's probably good enough. Don't die to Hellkite. Iris Demonstration is good to know about. Hellkite puts me to 1. Yeah, okay. A little bit of a flood, probably. Maybe some full bores. Alright, another full bore, noteworthy. Two in the deck still, at least. Does make me wonder what Ginky sided out in this matchup. Maybe 2 Iris in, 2 full bore out. I mean, take a quick look at the list. It might just not have any sideboard cards. Yeah, it has Sunspine Links, which is a reasonable one to side in. But yeah, otherwise it's just Iris Demonstration and a Shark on the sideboard. Yeah, okay. Iris Demonstration, yeah, one toughness is a bit of an issue. This thing is, by the way, kind of bad into Sharks because it does have a trigger on the stack. So like you can Shark it before the counters are being put on it. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the rest is fine, I guess. Play the rest. The draw. A Pierce. Bit of Triumph also is heinous. heinous again. Something I didn't even notice. Tidebinder was mildly annoying there for my opponent, but it is not that great. Sort of a rundown situation already where it was fine. I don't know. Like my list seems heinous. Yeah, maybe Dimir is not that good after all. We kind of are running into two pretty bad matchups here. It would be a good hand for black. I would keep it, but without, I don't think we can. Oh, me. Goodness. Pretty rough. Moving into 5. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna straight up kill that. I'm hoping for a creature light hand. Yeah, a lot of removal spells. Nova Hellcat is probably a card I cannot really play around because I'm on a Molto 5 and it's just too devastating. Tap out for the Siren, I might also just eat a ton of damage though. You could just Burst Lightning plus Full Bore or something. I'm just choosing not to play around Nova Hellkite. I think I just have to ignore that the card exists. So I'm just gonna die to it. Okay, so he likely doesn't have it, which is good. So we stunned the Slick Shot for at least 2 turns while we traded for a Shock. So that was a pretty favorable trade for us. And no Hellkite, I would presume, because otherwise he would have just casted post-combat to just kill my Blood Pits essentially for free, I would think. Have another Shock though. His hand was very good nonetheless. A Molten 5 is going to be tough to beat, but maybe this Curiosity can get me out of the situation. Especially if Genki has 2 lands in hand. Okay, I mean, this is probably the best case scenario, just seeing that activation. No land played though. That's not good for me, probably. He's using full control to bluff a little bit of an instant here. Or having it and not wanting to reveal it. I think I will have to block. I could take it. Take what? 5 and then. But I'm just gonna trade with the full board, it's fine. It's not great. If he doesn't have it, it's amazing. He likely has it. I'll kill my Curiosity. No, he doesn't. Okay, that's very good for me. Wow. Now I'm a little bit confused on what's going on. Maybe it's really just lands. I think I only have one option at this point. Which is Sanctuary activation. Maybe he's flooding. Maybe he's flooding and bluffing. I don't know. Not playing the lands when you have Nova Hellkite in your deck might not be good. Okay, I'm just dead. Double strike, gotcha. Yeah, multi 5 against a pretty terrible matchup. Interesting games though. I mean, again, we had a little bit of a close, at least 3 games being played, similar to how it played out against the blue-green deck. But yeah, I mean, yeah, my sideboard, this sideboard is not prepared for this matchup at all, and they see the metagame being very diversified, right? Like this metagame is pretty huge right now in standard. There's like a lot of different decks. Solitary Reanimator, Lessons, Uro decks, Landfall, Allies, Control decks, mid-range decks like Looting, the Mirror Match, Dimir. And then also this mono red deck again here. So it's just so many decks and just 15 sideboard cards. You do have to make cuts here and there. So we really saw that with this sideboard in this matchup. All right, fair enough. GG Skinky, and yeah, on to the next. Okay, let's take one home here. Good opening hand, good opening draw. Mirror match. Can I win the mirror match? I think I do want to deploy the Siren because then I want to deploy my 2-drop and I want to then block the Siren with my Siren. It stays a 1/1, so I can prevent Kaito. If I play Cecil, I want to play Bat, and then I can't block this. And I can alternatively also map onto this and then play Cecil. Oh, they keep a 1-lander. That is a risky maneuver. Take the stab. Very much a mirror match. Playing all the cards that I'm playing too. Yeah, against mono red, Preachers in the main deck would be nice, of course. I mean, Preacher is a good card. I think it's a little too slow into some matchups. But you can never really go that wrong with Preacher. Preacher is, a free drop, high impact, a little annoying to kill. Yeah. The hype on Tidebinder is interesting. Why so many Tidebinders? I guess Lessons has Monument, which you can shut down. You can counter the Reanimator deck's trigger. Onboard is an awkward one for my opponent. Guess it's just time to map. Play Cecil. So attacking there is a little weird, considering I have Kaito as an option. Seems a little reckless. Oh, that color is brutal. Yeah, that's probably the nail. Often they do have Tidebinder. We can see what they do with it, I guess. Yeah, not this attack seems somewhat weird. The Siren. It will shut off my curiosity, but I would still draw 2 cards, and this game is very close to over. They draw black, they can cleanly kill my curiosity, but yeah. I have way too much advantage at that point. I guess I'm at 12, they hit me for 5. They only have 1 play this turn. Interesting. Hmm. 7. Then I go to 5 from the Cecil attack, but I go to 6 from the Deep Cavern Bat. They play Curiosity here. And Kaito bounce back the Siren, tap something, play the Siren again, or even hold up Spell Pierce if I want to. You have it. I mean, I can also alternatively... Maybe I just have to play the Kaito proactively, I guess. Five, but go up to 6. Play Kaito, tap the Curiosity here. Really turns into a tempo game. I have one blocker, but I can just have another blocker technically. Don't need to put him to 1. So they have Swamp, they can play 2 black cards. And a Floodpit Drowner is actually pretty good. Let's cast Spell Pierce on this because I don't want them to Floodpit Drowner. Did that, right? Guess they're not technically dead on... Well, they are dead on board, yeah. They can't do anything. Okay. Alright. Alright. Got a little lucky there. Oh, to be fair, opponent did choose to keep that hand. Okay, so in this matchup, I don't love the bat. And Tidebinder can be a little bit iffy, especially on the draw. So let's take that one out. Spell Pierce also pretty bad. Let's have the Scatter in. Let's have the Stab. And let's maybe have Unagi. Could be fine. One-Sheet Tong also seems reasonable. Another bigger threat, going a little bit bigger. Duress, Day of Black Sun. Strategic Betrayal might be okay. Just another removal on the draw to not fall too far behind. Pretty bad against Spyglass Siren though, so. Ideal. Could run the bat. It's not terrible. It really isn't terrible, I would think. It's just, it lines up somewhat poorly against Stab, which is annoying, right? So does Tidebinder. I'm not even sure, maybe Bat is even better than Tidebinder, to be honest. So I don't know how good Kaido is now that everybody's playing Bitter Triumph and Tidebinders. It's a lot of ways to disrupt the card effectively. It used to be pretty powerful in the mirror match. Oh, I'm not so sure about that. So I could see something like this maybe. It lowers the curve also a bit, which I kind of like, especially if I bring in these haymakers. Unagi. Unagi. Being just Doombladeable seems mediocre to me. I'm willing to do it for the science. I'm not sure if it's good here. I'm more like leaning on the side of, it's probably not good. But what are we doing this for? What are we playing these games for? We want to learn, we want to try stuff, we want to get better at the game. And if we don't try things, we don't learn. So I'm gonna be the scientist in this equation, choosing play the card that I don't think is good, just to see if I may be wrong. My opponent keep another one-lander here. That'd be funny. Credit to the Cecil sleeves here, very much on brand. Boost combat. Got your damage in. This is sort of the situation where the stab is just like a nice tempo swing. Oh wow, they do have Unagi. Unagi is a 5, Curiosity is a 4. Doesn't really matter too much. I'm hoping I just kite to them next turn and win the game, basically. I'll just take the cheaper card, so they're stuck with another 5. My Kaito can do damage another turn before this comes down to block it, which it pretty effectively does. Siren is kind of good against the Waterbend, giving you 2 permanents to tap. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Didn't play the Multiversal Passage. Very sus. Through a Kaito, maybe? Thinking about casting it. Choice. Don't really have a choice. Yeah, I can build a Triumph, but I don't think it's good. I don't love this situation, but it's all I got. Can't just do nothing, I think. Do something. And, you know, my position is not terrible. Okay. So they're gonna have Unagi in play. It's rather unfortunate. Oh, I could have plus this, but I kinda do need the land. Unagi is very, very annoying here. Do they have moves against that? I guess I do, actually. Funnily enough. I can play the bat, and then they play the Unagi in response, and then I can play an untapped land and stun the Unagi using my Kaito and my bat as thingies. I can stun it for a turn. Okay. Just want to make continuous land drops here. Yeah, I will say that Unagi does look impressive. Okay. Guess I can't do anything about that specifically. Now I can stun, not attack, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think I'll just play bat and then tap and stun. Yeah. Most sensible, honestly. So GG Betrayal would have been incredible here. Creature of the Schism. Let me just double check one more time. I don't want to embarrass myself. Your creatures and artifacts can help you pay what it costs. You have 2 creatures and 2 lands. We'll be able to pay.
You're not going anywhere.
Unagi is sleeping right now in the lake. Very fitting flavor-wise. Okay, they played a land that I not knew about. Full information situation. I do like my position now. Okay. What do we do? We can kill the Unagi and then stun the Preacher, cashing in the Kaido. Pretty loaded hand. Alternatively, could attack with the Kaido, plussing it. Sort of offer the trade. Play a Curiosity end of turn or to block with it. This seems very nice. Yeah, I kind of like that too, to be honest.
I just hate a fair fight.
They offer the trade. Okay, they take it. Sure. I mean, the point in waiting, I guess, is that they could play Kaito. The point in not waiting is that they could have Phantom Interference. Now I'm just gonna play my Curiosity and then bit of Triumph, the Unagi. Essentially winning. I don't know why they give a stop in the upkeep, that doesn't make any sense. We can even counter the War Trigger now, I suppose. There goes the Unagi. And there goes the game for my opponent. Redeeming at least last match here ourselves a little bit with a W. Yeah, very fitting timing. Thank you, opponent. Still in silver. To be fair, I mean, I will say we are in silver right now, but these last few matches have been not easy. I feel like the blue-green player was playing tight. To a degree, they were certainly playing a very good deck, and then the Boros opponent being a Pro Tour top 8 competitor, multiple-time Pro Tour top 8 competitor. Not the easiest opponents. This match was a little easier, I suppose, but at least still, you know, top deck mirror match situation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think of this Dimir deck. Now I'm a little bit down on it again. But again, you know, it's just a small sample. I guess the bigger point why I don't love it that much is that this sort of feeling stretched out is something I don't appreciate. And that seems to be the case with the 15 card sideboard, just, you know, not being able to cover everything. So that makes me dislike it sort of on a structural level. But if you hit the metagame well with that 15 sideboard, you know, card sideboard, and then you're able to, you know, run into the matchups that you covered, that you prepared for, that are good for you, perhaps, or at least good or even you play the deck well, might be a good choice nonetheless. I don't know, but I'm skeptical. Seems to be that maybe there was a window for Dimir to be good, maybe like December, the last 2 weeks of December, but I feel like that window might have closed. That's sort of my intuitive feeling right now, at least. I'm playing the deck a little bit and thinking about it. All right, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. That helps grow the channel. And yeah, see you in the next one. Take care, guys.